Number three, I think number three. So first I read the Tibetan text. A lot of them are thinking them are Chumano. Chudik, they may name the Jigakono Chumanos. English translation, given that how then do the intelligent fail to comprehend that the path of dependent arising is the very crux of all your teachings. So that dependent arising is very, very difficult understanding. Experiencing is very, very difficult. We can understand dependent arising, cause and effect, coming from the parts, merely leveled by the mind, whatever, but it is the very crux and it's a very difficult experience of the all your teachings. So if you are very intelligent, then you have to use many logics to understand the dependent arising. So what we have is first we need to understand there are four reasons very popular whenever we study emptiness or whatever, anything we can use these four reasons. It's very crux, difficult. So number one is the reason of nature. That we can say the principle of nature. Number two is the principle of dependence. Number three is the principle of functioning. And number four is principle of valid reason. So we use these four reasons. So if we use this in our daily life, it will change our mind. It change our life. These four. The principle of natural. We are talking about natural law of cause and effect. It is natural, Everybody desired happiness and nobody wants pain and suffering. It is natural. You don't have to ask, even animals, every sentient being, natural desire, achieve happiness more and more. Do not want pain and suffering. That is natural law of cause and effect. You don't have to believe anything. It is just, if you're born, you will die. It's natural. You don't have to tell anything. Natural law and cause. It's called the principle of natural. So that means that natural, as soon as we come to beings, natural principle is always there, natural. So it's always there, but we have to understand what is that natural principle, If we understand dependent arising, then we will be able to good foundation of understanding this crux and it's difficult. So we have this precious human rebirth and it is our natural to desire happiness and do not want suffering, but it's not coming, We are receiving more pain, more suffering, not receiving what we want. So that means we understand the dependent arising will dispel this confusion, So that natural principle of natural law or the reason, if you understand that, you have very good foundation. And on the basis of this principle of natural, then you can understand the principle of dependence. So that means, anything we experience, happiness or the pain, does not come from anywhere on the sky, It comes from cause and condition. It doesn't, we experience pain and suffering, must have cause and condition. Our experience are internal world, right? We're not talking about external material things. External material things, of course, there is a process of every process and evolution was external materials. Similarly, internal experience and process and evolution. You know what I mean? So, for example, like external materials and process, right? Evolution, right? You may see all the beautiful rose in the garden. So then that process of evolution in rose. So you plant this rose, and then you know it's coming from the seed, right? So when, and then where does this seed coming from? This seed coming another seed. This seed. How far we go, you know? Seed. We cannot pinpoint this is the beginning of this seed of this rose. But there's a process of this. So, but even this is His Holiness that this beautiful flower rose comes from the seed, right? So when we see this beautiful flower, we experience beautiful. You know, I like this beautiful smell, like this. At the same time, right? But this is the maybe many insects in this. This is home of many insects. This rose. So these external things can impact our experience, right? So that means dependent arising, principle of dependence means, so we experience pain and suffering, it comes from cause and condition, right? So what is this cause and condition, you know? So this is a positive cause or negative cause, or neutral, three things, only three experience. Pain, suffering, and neutral experience. Only three experience. So you have pain coming from which cause? Happiness, we desire coming from what is the cause of happiness, what is the cause of pain and suffering. Then we realize, like poisonous seed give you poison, medicine seed give you medicine, you know. So that is similar. Negative mind give you pain, suffering. Positive mind give you more and more happiness, compassion, whatever good, anything, any positive, right? So then we realize what is the cause of this pain and suffering, you know. Then it comes to what? Dystopic emotion, delusions. So then if you don't want pain, then you have to control your dystopic emotions and accumulate more and more positive. Then do you understand the principle of cause and condition? Then you understand on the basis of this understanding, then we use that principle of functioning, you know, functioning. Every product have different functioning, you know. Functioning means different nature, fire, heat, whatever. Every product have their own functioning, like nature, functioning. So then, what is nature? What is that nature? You know, what is nature of that? What is nature of positive? What is nature of negative? So you see, you use this principle of functioning, you know. If you are functioning with the negative, you know what happened. If you are functioning with the positive, then what will happen to you? And then you use this logic, and then use this with the valid reason, you know. So now I decided I shouldn't do this, you know. Valid reason. You prove. You have 4 reasons, one by one. First principle of natural, dependence, function. Finally, you use logic. So when we use logic, right? So what logic we use logic to understand dependent arising, right? So there's the logic. In order to use the logic, you need 3 statements. First statement is subject. Subject, like this cup, subject. Now you have to prove this cup. This cup is not natural independent existence. That is the subject is cup. So you prove this cup is not a natural independent existence. Then you use the logic because it is produced by cause and condition, not independence. If it is caused by cause and produced by cause and condition, it shouldn't be independent. Right? Somebody cause and so you use, whenever we use logic, we have three statements. Subject, and second is to prove that subject, third is reason, valid reason. So now subject, this is the cup, right? Cup is subject. So it is not independent existence because it is produced, arising through causes and condition. That makes sense, huh? If something is produced by causes and condition, it is not independent existence. It comes from cause and condition. So you use this subject, then you use this to yourself. Yourself, subject, I am not truly existent because I am produced by cause and condition. Then you prove this. Something produced by cause and condition, it is not independent, right? So then you use this. So this is why crux. This is crux means. So you use now I, me, subject. I am not independent existence because I am dependent arising. Now you go further. First cause and condition, right? And now second you go, I subject is not independent existence. I'm totally dependent on the parts or my aggregates. My aggregates of my parts. I, person, my aggregates of phenomena, part, make me, You understand? I, mere I, me. Designated, base of designation is my I, designated by aggregates. 5 aggregates make me I. Right? So you see I subject, I am not truly existent. Now you go for I am dependent arising. If I am dependent arising, then I am not truly existent. Right? If I am truly existent, what happens? I can't talk to you. You can't listen to me. You don't need independent existence. So this is a simple way you can use the logic dependent arising. Right? For example, like when you are meditating on the emptiness, you need all this condition, cause and condition. Otherwise, you can't meditate on emptiness, right? So you are meditating and close your eyes, and then during this period, you want to drink some tea or coffee, right? I want to break tea or coffee, something like this. But if there's nothing there, no tea, no coffee, you are thinking, I want to drink coffee. Nothing happens. First all need the old tea, coffee already there, right? And you start meditation, you finish, I want to drink tea, then already there you make the tea. Similar, that means, so now I use this statement for you first. We need 3 statements. Subject, to prove that subject and reason. So first you prove that cup subject, it is not truly existent, it is produced by cause. I subject, I am not truly existent, I am produced by cause and condition. Then you use I, go further, I subject, I am not truly existent because I am dependent arising. Then you go further, I am dependent arising of cause and condition. I am dependent arising on the parts. depending on the merely level by the mind. So, so these two dependent arising of part is common practice of all the schools. Vipashika school, Sutra school, mind-only school, middle way school, all common practice. But dependent arising of designated by the mind is unique of the Mathamika Pasangika school, middle way of consequentiousness only. Other school cannot fit this. Because other school, right, they all accept through inherent existence. See, if I use this logic to the mind-only school, right, subject cup, right, subject cup, it is empty because it is merely labeled by the mind, can't fit to this school. They do not accept merely labeled by the mind because they accept true existence. They accept inherent existence, object existing from the side of the object. Pasangika, something existing from the side of the object, I negate that. But other school, they accept this. So this reason cannot fit to the other four schools. Autonomy, mind-only school, great exposition, and sutra school. So you understand this three logic? It is called this, when we use like subject, cup, it is not true existence, it has been produced by causes and condition. Like, so that is called the reason, right? You prove this. So first you prove this in external object, then you prove this your internal I am self. I'm not true existence because I'm produced by causes and condition. Subject, I'm not empty of inner existence because I'm dependent arising. So then when you use this, so you the subject, right? Then you prove I'm empty of inherent existence because I'm dependent arising. So dependent arising means empty. Empty means dependent arising. Everything exists is dependent arising. Everything exists is empty of inherent existence. So then you understand these two, right? Then you will dispel the two extremes. Nihilism and absolutism. It is merely labeled by the mind, you dispel the absolutism. It is dependent arising, you dispel the nihilism. And then you come into the middle way school, just the middle way. Middle way means you dispel the two extremes, absolutism and nihilism. You understand what I'm saying? Number 4, Theda lana gonkyo la tebe gone sushiki, nene jowa subale, mother juba chishi. That being, how could anyone find a more wondrous reason to praise you, a protector, than for teaching dependent arising, you know? So dependent arising is the best way to praise the Buddha. There are many teachers, only Buddha taught dependent arising, you know. No other teacher, you know. No other teacher, they didn't talk about dependent arising. Right? Only Buddha taught dependent arising. So because dependent arising is called the king of reasoning. In the Chandakiri text means king of reasoning. It is king of reasoning, it dispels the two extremes. Therefore it is called king of reasoning. No matter how all other reason, emptiness reason, finally come to the dependent arising. Therefore it's called the king of reasoning. So it's best way to press Buddha is understanding dependent arising. Right? But that is not enough, right? We have to understand, then think, use many logics, and then we experience. Hearing, thinking, and experience. If you don't experience, then it is like intellectual. It cannot help you to defeat the fundamental ignorance. Our main point is to defeat fundamental ignorance, to defeat these confusion mind, to defeat these disturbing emotions. So if we hear, think, and not experience, we will not able to dispel this confusion mind and fundamental ignorance. Therefore, our main point is to study, to think, and to experience about dependent arising. So if you experience, then even tiny understanding of dependent arising will dispel many ignorance and disturbing emotions. Just tiny understanding of dependent arising. If you don't understand full means you use all this logic and you use all these different, cause, condition, parts, whole, designated by the mind, what the king of reasoning. But finally, just little test. If you experience a little bit test, will dispel. It is like direct antidote to fundamental ignorance. Otherwise, it will build you more ignorance intellectually. Oh, I know this, I'm better than you, just like me, ego, your ego will go out. I know this very easy. What's the point of, I heard many times, what's the point, but not like this. It's something more than that. So, we are studying, thinking, and meditation always go together. When you are studying, you are thinking. When you are thinking, you are meditating. When you are meditating, you are studying. All go together, cannot separate. Studying, thinking, all we call the wisdom of hearing, wisdom of thinking, wisdom of contemplation, all go together with the mindfulness and introspection and use the logic. So that's why protect and teaching dependent arising is the best way to press the Buddha. And it will, when we are practicing dependent arising, and all the Buddhas are very pleased, and we will receive the blessing. And as I mentioned before, to understand emptiness, dependent arising, we need deity, which is Manjushri. We have to rely on the Manjushri all the time. We have to recite Manjushri mantra and meditate on Manjushri and making oneself pure and Manjushri become oneness and asking, please help me to understand this, not understanding but experience this dependent arising. So that, and next one is Kanga Gyala Rale Bo Tete Rashi Kibon Songa Vila Yatembe Letong Suni Chishi. What method of instruction is more marvelous than the which teacher, whatever dependent upon causes is void of inherent existence. This is amazing, what is dependent. So this is, I'm using this logic, what is better than, something, right, depend on causes and condition is absence of independent existence. Something depend on causes and condition shouldn't be independent existence, shouldn't be inherent existence. It depends on other factors. So if something depends on other factors, because it is empty, because of this, it depends on other factors. So what is more marvelous than this one? Something is empty but working, functioning. Right? So if you say empty, working is contradiction, something contradiction. But it's not like that. It fit. Something is empty, but something is working. Something depends on cause and condition. That means you are empty of inherent existence. So that means anything exists. Product, non-product, all are dependent arising. All are empty of inherent existence. No matter what we see, what we hear, what we see, everything exists in this world is dependent arising and emptiness. That does not mean you realize emptiness. Like cup is empty, but it does not mean you realize emptiness. Like everything is dependent arising. If something exists, it should be dependent arising, and it should be empty of inherent existence. We cannot say that horned rabbit, very popular analogy when we are debating horned rabbit like this. Horned rabbit is not dependent arising, right? No horned rabbit, right? Sky flower, no, non-existent, right? Yeah, we can conceptual mind, we can impute it conceptually, sky flower, horned rabbit. The conceptual mind create, but not necessarily something appear to the conceptual mind do exist. We can designate many things. Something true, something false, some are good, bad, whatever. Even on one object we can designate many things. This cup, we can say many things. Good, bad, functioning, impermanence, or emptiness, or many things in one object. One object we can say many things like. So that is what method of instruction more marvelous than the which teach whatever depend upon cause is empty within existence. So you use this, whatever depends upon causes is empty, you use logic like this. Subject, I subject, right, I subject. Now you prove I to be empty within existence because depend on cause. So you use this logic. I subject, empty in existence because depend upon causes. So when this will dispel. So you have, when we use this logic, right, three statements, like subject to prove that subject and reason, right? So subject, you prove the subject I, so you can use this for impermanent, like I subject. I'm impermanent because I'm functioning phenomena. I'm product. That makes perfect sense. If something is product, should be impermanent. If you use like I subject, I'm in subject, I am impermanent because of, if you use like this, permanent, then that doesn't make sense. How can you use that? You use that is mistaken logic. If you use subject I, subject statement, like I'm impermanent, you prove you are impermanent. Now you use the logic because functioning phenomena. If something is functioning, means impermanent. That is valid logic, right logic. If I use like this, I subject, right, and I am impermanent because permanent, and then that is mistaken logic. Then permanent and impermanent cannot go together, oppose each other. Like It's like light and dark cannot go together, oppose each other. Wisdom dependent arise and dependent, that's similar. Dependent arising and how can I say, grasping mind cannot go together. They only oppose each other. So when you use like this, this makes sense, huh? Which was on reading? Number 5, right? Finish.
Finish.
Number 6, okay. Kanga kela, kanshi kela kela temane, tela kewe la shin yomai, kela, ali kanti tongi, kangi tongi shede pai. Whatever arises from causes does not arise inherently. That which relies on cause is said to be empty. Whoever understands emptiness is cautious. So this is a very important topic about emptiness. Whatever arises from causes does not arise inherently. This is according to Madhyamika Prasangika, not fit to the other schools. Because other old schools, inherent existence, they do not negate the inherent existence. They accept the inherent existence. Only Prasangika school, middle level, conscious level, oppose inherent existence. So then, if you understand that whatever arises from cause does not arise inherently, that means if you are not, whatever arises from cause not inherently, that means then you know it is coming from a cause. You don't have to say the words, but you know from the, whatever arising from causes does not exist inherently, you don't have to say something, but you know from your logic, you will pick up, it is that which arises cause is said to be empty. So that makes sense, huh? That makes sense or no? And whatever understand emptiness is cautious. So that means cautious means very difficult. Have to be careful, Otherwise you're mistaken. When we say about emptiness, we are negating something. You will not negate and you think this is emptiness. What are you negating? You are negating inherent existence, self, mistaken self. But do you think about all this I subject, I am not independent existence because I am dependent arising. But you thinking like this is intellectual. Intellectually you thinking, I subject, I am not independent existence because I am dependent arising. So you thinking intellectual. This is not helping to negate that independent self. This is cautious. Many people think this is, you are negating something. You understand what I'm saying? But when we say that realizing emptiness, lots of fear. You may have lots of fear because you're losing your mistaken self, using all your life, and you're losing that self. And you try to see this conventional self clearly, and then fear, It's like the story in Tibet, one from Eastern Tibet, 6 months came to Lhasa, Gyumé monastery. So they are a great teacher, So he is very good understanding of emptiness. They went to see him, this abbot, and they asked him to give me teaching about how to negate the self. And he says, I don't know. He hit the pillar and says, I don't know. Pasangika said inherent existence self opposed, but autonomy is saying, oh, inherent existence self do exist. I don't know, you should go to the Western Tibet. There's some great master, you know, in the Western. So then they went to Western Tibet, that area, Shikat and Sang area, and there's a great master, he's teaching. Then they asked him to teach me how to negate the object of negation, how to identify object of negation. He gave all teachings, and now they can meditate on a separate room, you know, in the house, their house, and then everybody meditating how to negate that this mistaken independent self. So they all try to, they have all the information, and he told me, do this, and they are meditating. Maybe, I don't know, meditating a couple of hours, and then their time to breakfast, you know, breakfast is, you have to go to breakfast, you know, like this. And the women in the house cooking and asking these 6 monks, you know, oh, breakfast is all ready, you know, you should come. They all said, we are not existing. Yeah, we are not existing. They all fear, oh, come to breakfast, no, we all are not existing. So that means they recognize the independent self. So they negate that self and identify. So similar like this. So this is why who understands emptiness is cautious. So it's very Number 6, Kangdo Sungwi Chipanam Tazin Chiwa Tenjab. So that is the way of immature apprehend dependent arising, does nothing but tighten the bonds of extreme views. But when I apprehended by the wise, it is very meaning of cutting the net of all elaborations. So that means the way of immature apprehend dependent arising means below all the schools, great exposition, sutra, Hinayana school, Theravada, mind only school, autonomy, Mayana school. So, so that immature means this boys' school, immature, because they accept some part of dependent arising, but they reject. They accept dependent arising of cause and condition, but they accept inherent existence. They are not giving up inherent existence. So that immature means below school, great exposition, follower sutra is Theravada, Hinayana school, mind only school, and middle way of autonomy, Mayana school. So below these 4 schools, if we use to this school like subject, cup, right? Then we use them, or cup is empty, but empty. Then we use logic, dependent arising. What kind of empty they're saying? Inherent existence, not empty. Empty of inherent existence, right? If we use like this, subject, cup, right? It is empty of inherent existence because dependent arising. This cannot fit in your mind. Your mind accepts dependent arising of cause and condition, but they are not giving up inherent existence. Everything exists, say there should be inherent existence. All, no matter below the Pasangika school, everybody accepts inherent existence. So therefore, they are immature. If we use logic like this, cannot fit to their mind. Does nothing but tighten. And instead of feeding, it will build up more and more extreme views. Absolutism and nihilism. Nihilism. Because if I say it is empty of inner, there's dependent arising, no, dependent arising, it shouldn't be empty of inner existence. Dependent arising, cause and condition, no problem. But it's not empty of inner existence. I accept this cup is inherent existence, also dependent arising. So then, if we say like this to the below school, that their, how can I say, their extreme view become stronger and stronger. They strong believing in, well, how can I say, objective existence, right? This autonomy, saying their viewpoint to emptiness is different, mind only school emptiness is different, it's all different emptiness. You know what I mean? The something cup is designated by the valid mind, but at the same time, it should be existing from the side of the object. They accept this. Autonomy is saying cup is dependent arising, but cup is apprehended by valid mind. At the same time, it exists from the side of the object. Inherently exists. So then if we use that, it cannot fit. Like, say, then how can I say, the autonomy says, no, we accept dependent arising of cause and condition, but inherent existence, we are not giving this one. We believe everything exists. If we reject that, right, cup, apprehended by the valid mind, cup is not apprehended by the valid mind, and at the same time it does not existing from the side of the object. Empty of that is my viewpoint of emptiness. I do not negate that inherent existence itself. I accept this, but my view of emptiness is cup. It is apprehended by the mind, at the same time existing from the side of the object. If you negate that, then that is emptiness of the cup, emptiness of the pot. You understand? So you see, very different. In mind only school, saying no, their view from emptiness is totally different from the autonomy. Right? They saying that object, pot, and valid mind with apprehension, pot is empty of different substances. This is my view from emptiness. Form and valid mind with apprehension, form is empty of different substances. Because form and the valid mind with apprehension, form is, it appears to our mind different substances, but not one substance is at identity. So my view, emptiness is totally different from your view from emptiness. So when we apprehend the Wisen, who is the Wisen means? Pasangika school. I am the wise because I have no problem. Subject, cup, it is empty of inner existence, dependent arising. I don't have any problem. Dependent arising, empty of inner existence. Empty of inner existence, dependent arising. For me, no problem. I am wise. I can handle both in one object. Pot is empty, dependent arising. Pot is mainly leveled by the mind, dispel the absolutism. Pot is empty, dispel the nihilism. I have no problem. This is why I'm wise. I use that logic. Pasangika school. Do you understand what I'm saying? You got. So this school, the way immature, apprehend, dependent on everything means below all the school. Autonomy, mind-only school, sutra, and crazy exposition. And they are tied in extreme because they accept inner existence. I, Mother Mega Pasangika, not tied in the net because I can handle this in one aspect. Pot is empty but dependent on everything. But this cannot fit below this school. So because if I say something empty, then the below school, no, we don't accept this. We have our own emptiness. You know what I mean? Pasangika, I have my own emptiness. Mine only, I have my own emptiness. And great position, they do not accept emptiness of phenomena, but they do accept emptiness of person. There are two types of emptiness, right? Emptiness of person and only two types of emptiness. Person, phenomena. So the great exposition and sutra school accept selflessness of person, not selflessness of phenomena. Mind-only school, autonomy school, middle way of Madhyamika Pasangika accept both types of phenomena. Emptiness of self as well as emptiness of phenomena. They also have gross emptiness of selflessness, phenomena, subtle, and many things, but make you confused. I don't want to do. So maybe we will finish here tonight. Yes, that number 7. Thank you.